Today on the Auburn Torch, why it's a significant quarterfinal match for Auburn softball. Let's get into it. It's Thursday, May 7th on the Auburn Torch. We're going to be very quick today, and you will be dismissed. A few news items today. We will get to softball. First, we're going to talk a little men's golf. But first, as you're listening, probably coming this morning on auburntorch.com, probably up right now as you listen. If not, it'll be hitting your inboxes soon. Quick little story about Auburn women's tennis, their mentality, what head coach Jordan Zabo wants them, how to be thinking and everything preparation-wise. Going into, not everything preparation-wise, a little bit look into the preparation or like the mentality that he wants them to have going into Friday's big showdown, 5 p.m. with Duke in the Sweet 16 at home at Yarborough. Talked to Angela Okotoye. I had the wrong pronunciation first, and it's been so hard to erase it from my brain. Sorry, but I got Angela right. I got that one right. Just something else of what she said and what Zabo said after the round of 32. And it's really cool to see Angela. She's saying she has really this appreciation for Auburn, and she wants to kind of win and reach kind of, the Auburn women's tennis kind of legendary status or like legacy status. And that's not just for herself, but for Auburn. Like, she wants Auburn to have that national championship team to look up to in the future, or that bar to be up there. So it's kind of interesting, like everyone wants to win the national championship. Of course, she wants to win. But it's not just for herself; it is for Auburn. So, hey, man, if you like Auburn, you like that kind of stuff, you like the Auburn spirit, check out the story. It'll be up this morning on auburntorch.com. The men's golf, very quickly, has its regional destination. They will be playing at Georgia in Athens, so home field advantage for Georgia here, but 5 teams advance, so you just gotta be one of the 5, right? It's 13 teams total in this regional. The top 5 teams advance to the NCAA championship. No match play or anything at this stage, right? So just 3 rounds. Top 5 teams on the scoreboard advance. These teams are, I'll read it if you're audio listening: Auburn, Illinois, Vanderbilt, BYU, Georgia, Louisville, Kansas Northwestern, College of Charleston, Rice, Southern Miss, Harvard, and Howard. How about that? The ranked teams here are only, as far as top 25 goes, it's number 1 Auburn, number 12 Illinois, and number 13 Vanderbilt. You can see how they're paired with the number 1, right? And then BYU is number 24, and then Georgia, host team, a little different. They're actually right outside the top 25 at 26. So really, 5 top 25-ish, 5 top 26 teams at this regional. So so who's next? Louisville. Let's see. Control F. Louisville's ranked 36, right? So ideally, all you have to do, or not ideally, but chalk-wise, if everything goes to chalk, all you have to do is beat the number 36 team, and you'll be advancing to NCAA. So, but hey, anything can happen out on the course. And obviously, Georgia is a bit of a wild card hosting the regional. This isn't, one of those top teams host kind of things like tennis. This is one of those where these regionals have been set way in advance, and they've got to, it's set in advance, and Georgia happens to be hosting. So, one other thing, Auburn softball has a meaningful game today. They are playing Florida. What a run at the SEC tournament! Okay, they beat Missouri 6-2 in the early stages of the bracket, and then beat number 15 A&M on Wednesday, 11-8. Big time win because they had a big early lead. A&M actually fought all the way back and tied it 8-8, and then a 3-run homer in the top of the 7th, I believe, lifted Auburn to that win. Now Auburn has to play, I think, the 3 seed Florida. The SEC's 3 seed Florida. In the quarterfinals, Florida's had a bye all the way to here, so they'll have their freshest arms. They'll be fresh as daisies, right? But this is a significant game for Auburn for this reason. Listen, I don't get your hopes too far up because I think NCAA Regionals are a ways for this team. Here's the thing. Auburn right now is 27-27 overall. Not good, right? But the thing is, you have to be over 500 to even qualify, to even be considered an at-large team for the NCAA tournament, for an NCAA regional round, okay? So the idea is if you can win this game over a highly ranked or a Florida team, just maybe you at least hold the bare minimum qualifications, right? Like there's teams that maybe should have been an at-large team, I guess, in the past, but they were right at 500 or under, and that they're literally not allowed to be in, right? So this would allow them to be selected. Will they be selected? Whole other thing. I'm pretty sure their RPI is really high. I did find one glimmer of hope here. Minnesota softball in 2022 finished 26-24-1 overall and ended up going to the NCAA tournament. Okay, so that's 2022 Minnesota 26-24-1. So very close. That's the only one I could find recently that they're very, very close to 500 and made the tournament. So at 28-27, can Auburn do it? Let's see what their RPI is real quick, and then I will let you go. Auburn in the RPI is, I'm scrolling more than I would want to, 33. So I'm scrolling a little bit more than I think you needed to scroll. I think Auburn might have needed to be higher than that. If they beat Florida and lose in the semifinals and don't get selected, don't get mad at me. I'm not saying they're a lock if they make it, and I don't know if they should go, but something to watch there. To go over 500, you need to be over 500, so they would have to win this one. They have to make the semifinals of the SEC to even be considered. So, all right, there you go. Hey, let me get out of here. I got to go. Again, Friday, that's at 10 a.m., Auburn, Florida softball. And then on Friday, 5 p.m., Yarborough Tennis Center. I'll be there. Come see me. And we'll see if Auburn can punch its ticket to the Elite Eight and the NCAA championship. So I'll be back tomorrow morning. For now, take care, and we'll be back.